All right. Yeah, in that DLC life. In that DLC life, all good. Hello, welcome in. Let's see where we're going. Got that option. It's like looks to me Run up to the lion first. I think that's better. Better little tester to start with. Graphics feel okay, you know. Wonder if we can go up a bit. Let's go that one. Okay, that's nice. Much better graphic-wise. Sometimes my PC just doesn't handle the higher graphics. I need to upgrade it, but I'm new to all of this funky stuff, to be honest. So keep it as it is. Hopefully we've got enough skills to get through this. I normally compensate with much higher levels, to be honest. Oh, I feel like it's very bright. Better. Oh. Okay, see ya. So watch out for this geezer around the corner. Ooh. Every time. Let's get ready to run. Thankfully, it's not too far to go before we hit the boss. Calm down, peeps. Whoa. Let's go through this door. There's a Grace here, yeah. Let's take him. Oh. It's getting personal. Oh. Where are you fucking looking? There you go. Heal up before the big guy. Whoop. Whoop. You guys are no fun, really. It's this way. Around this corner. Whoop. Whoop. Thank you very much. There's another one of these guys somewhere. He's around the corner, isn't he? Open the gate. Just in case I fucking snuff it. Which, let's be honest, It's quite likely. Feel my brain's on a bit of a go slow today. Let's see how this goes then. So pretty. Sorry, mate. Gotta fly. Right, should run up through here. Stand, come back for this geezer. Wing a little lion's claw. Boom, roll. Whoa. Thank you, sir. I will see you later. Can I have one of them, just because. It's one of these funky geezers. This guy likes to jump around, you know. Oh, other guys followed me too. That's never good. Wasn't asking for two of you, man. Wasn't even aiming for you, mate. Oh, shush. Just in time. I was about to snuff it. Stand still. This is so much harder than it should be. Right. Just gonna have some R1s. Thank you. Trying to lion's claw that guy was not fun. What the fuck is that in my... Oh, it's my hand. It's my sword. It's thinking, what's got me in the side? Some of those arrows that stick out of your face. Okay. I should probably rest. Replan my stuff. Okay, let's have one of you. Let's have one of you. Let's have one of you. 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 Drink. Okay, let's go, boy. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't worried. Oh man, I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't worried. Look at your little face. Come on. Whoa. Well, maybe I should be worried. Oh. Bro, what the fuck? Okay. Maybe that was a bad joke. Maybe that was a bad joke. We should probably try that again. Drink one of those. Hit one of those. Hit one of those, and this time I can use a rune arc. Push. Two hand. Alright. Let's try that again. Oh. That's not lagging, surely. I feel like there's a delay. I need to eat. This camera isn't much fun. Calm yourself down. Well, that was good timing. Take one of those. We'll charge that too. No, no, terrible. Just need one hit, man. There we are. Thank you very much. Oh, he's an angry boy. He's a very angry boy. Okay, let's rest up here. I think it's time to go Shadow Keep. Lion, he's done, he's done. Yep. Why, thank you.
Have you met Mike? They were drawn. You must have been doubtless. Were it not for this, it worked. One true enough. Long ago, a cleansing. No wonder that aside, and in this regard, they will never say just happened to, but it's still a wreck.
All right, that's what we needed to do. I'm going over that way. Not sure you need the. Da, 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 da. No cat. Hey Dale, how are you? The cats are about. They are about. Welcome in, my friend. Oh yeah. Do you know what it's funny, I laugh because I say that a lot. Everything seems to be going well. What's gonna happen? The universe is it's all about balance, right? Things are going too smoothly. Something will yeah. Me too. You're on my wavelength. I say that so much. Yeah. Life is certainly life in when things start to go well, and then the next thing you know, bam, hit by a metaphorical bus. Okay, one of those. One of those. Put that together. What a day. Top that up. Okay. See how swingingly badly this is going to go. Always roll straight into his mouth. Can never seem to get the timing on that. All that. Christ, what is going on there? Let me just heal. Hold on a minute. Timing seems off. That's weird. Let's heal up and try that again. Whoop. Okay, so it's only 2 for a stagger. Ah, how am I supposed to take the riposte there? Well played. Well played, my friend. Seems that my roll timing is off. Feels like I need to go much earlier than I am. Hold on a sec. I kind of want to die and try this again. I don't just want to smash through him. Yeah, let him have me. Let him eat me. Come on, take me out. I want to do that again. Yeah. It's a bit of both. That's what happened to him. It was all going too swimmingly. And he thought, do you know what? I'm happy being a hippo. And life was like, nah, man. You're gonna be somewhere in the middle. Alright, let's try that again. I felt like there was a really strange, almost a bit of a delay on my input. I don't know. You try that again. Maybe I just got the timing wrong. I've not done hippo for a while. Didn't feel right. That's well too early. Oh, that was me. No, that was me as well. Okay. I feel like that one was definitely a me problem. But the timing just feels funny. Like not normal almost. Okay. Let's take that again. I'll try and get this initial roll. Maybe I'll get to the side. Ah. So it's funny, I seem to be clicking and not a lot's happening. Roll. Oh. Something's off. Right, that was me, obviously. Oh, okay, I got that one. Let's heal up. Let's take a little bit of... Whoa, no. What's happening here? Not so pleased with this. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the loss. I might need to whip up my settings because that doesn't feel right at all. Let's give that a go. It's on max. Let's just whip it down to low and see what happens. No worries. Get them cats some snacks. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. See how we get on. See how we go. Oh. No, just the camera, trust me. Still can't get that. It's definitely a me problem. Definitely a me problem. Okay. I am 5'9", I think. 5'9", 5'10", something along those lines. Not too crazy. Ah, shit. Feet and inches, yeah. I don't know what else it would be. I think, what's it? A lot of people do it in centimeters. I am, yeah, certain metrics, like, I always go by weight. It's always in kilograms. I never do stone or anything like that. I use centimeters, okay. So I think I'm 179. Can't remember. I think it's 179. It's been a while since I've measured my height. I'm relatively short, which is actually quite. It's always nice. Make sure he's. Hey, I got the timing. Okay. Let's take 2 of those. Smash him up and then heal. Take a riposte. Gonna heal up and back off. Let's get a couple of R1s in. Whoa, there you go. Roll. Yeah, okay. That staggers. That was nice. Definitely better off with just R1s here, I think. Oh. Yeah, I mean, 5'5". That's not too bad. That's not too bad, unless you want to get someone off the top shelf. Might not be fun, but I'm not much taller. Yeah, Hippo. I think he's. Yeah, that was a funny one. That took me a little minute to get the timing on that. And I think just hitting Lion's Claw was just me being lazy. I probably should have just rolled, did some R1s, quick attacks, things like that. I think I actually need to go back and speak to the people tonight to go to Horn Scent. Make that solo fight a little bit better. I have a cat who's currently playing with this toy. What you doing? You know. She's not playing today. Yeah, feet and inches for height, kilograms for weight. But a lot of people, I think a lot of British people use stones. My weight, yeah, go. Give it a guess.
Oh, hello. Did you feel a while mad? I might try. No, wait. I can wheel. I should have thought. Right, those are the whole on one with the enchant on the other hand.
Oh, close. Close. I am 106 at the moment. I'm on the way down, so I'll be cutting down now.
It took me, I believe it. If he were to get vengeance, and one day
Most likely be cutting down to around 95-ish. I'm not too sure. Just see how it goes. Well, one second we've got. Yeah. I mean,
I will follow Harvey's Rivera Black Keep. I will have his Rivera Black Keep.
I just like snacks. That's the secret. We likes the food. Loading up. Right. On we go through the Shadow Keep then. Yeah, it's best advice, to be honest with you. Lots and lots of food. You know, you can go onto like online, there's like macro calculators and things like that. If you're trying to gain weight, you can put in your age, your height, your weight, and it will sort of calculate how many calories you're going to need on a daily basis to push your body weight up slowly. But it shouldn't be, you know, you don't want it to jump up too quickly because, you know, it's a steady, it's a bit of a steady process really, putting on body weight. It's hard, you know, especially if you're trying to sort of build muscle and things like that. And it's pretty tough because you've got to take your body weight up really slowly, sort of like a pound a week, roughly for about 20 weeks. You know, lift heavy weights, get in your protein, hit your calories. It becomes a bit of a, becomes quite meticulous, to be honest. So, oh, it's horrendous. Like putting on muscle in building your body weight is really, really hard. You know, people don't, you know, it's so hard to do because, you know, when I was trying to build muscle and I was in sort of like a push-up phase, if you like, I was going to bed at night time and like my stomach was in agony. Like I'd eaten so much white potato because clean food, you know, the calories you've got to put in a clean food. You can't just eat loads of crap. You know, so many people do the dirty bulking thing, you know, and it just doesn't work. You know, you've got to take in clean, good calories, and that makes the food volume even more. So, you know, most of my bulk food was like chicken, beef, loads and loads of white potato, and just, you know, it got to the point where I was eating like 1 to 2 kilos of white potato a day, and it was horrendous. You know, it's really, really hard. You know, and you feel sluggish, you feel tired, you feel lethargic. You know, you sort of push your body weight up that high, you then start having problems with your sleep. You know, I had to go onto a CPAP at one point because I was, you know, I started to have trouble with my breathing when I was sleeping because you're pushing your body weight up. So it's not ideal. It's not the healthiest thing in the world either. You know, you just got to be, it depends how extreme you go, I suppose. But yeah, sleep is a massive one because, you know, most of the changes you know, if we go through, you know, go to the gym and train, most of the changes you have, you know, occur when you sleep. Your recovery and the ability to be able to get to your next session and progress your lifts, because you have to be able to, if you want to build new muscle tissue, you have to be doing, you know, pushing your weight up through nutrition, but then you have to be lifting more weight than you lifted last time in the gym. And if your sleep schedule's not ideal, I mean, you can still make progress, but the optimal, it's you know, it's really hard to do if you're not able to give it 100% and progress your sessions, because, you know, especially if you're into, you know, you're 20 weeks into a push-up phase and you know, you've got the calories there to support your lifting, but you haven't got the energy to lift, you know, you can't put 100% into it. It does affect, you know, your recovery and how quickly you can put muscle on. And, you know, most people don't realize that, you know, if you want to put on 5 to 10 kilos of muscle, you're looking at about 5 years. You know, it's a really slow process, and it ain't easy. But I always had the opposite problem, to be honest. You know, I struggle to not get fat, so putting on muscle and size was always not too much of a problem. it's keeping the fat off was my issue. So, whereas if you look at my brother's probably had a six-pack his whole life. He eats what he wants. He trains, he doesn't even train, I don't think. So he's just one of those people that just doesn't ever put on weight. And it's hard to, determine which side of the coin you want. The people that sit in the middle that are just, that build muscle really easily and stay lean, have just got that genetic, makeup. They still have to work really, really hard, of course, but that's where genetics and things like that really do come into it. Yeah, sleep is so big. It's the best thing we can do for us as well, just for our health and just to feel good. Nobody likes to. Oh, off he goes. Nobody likes to do anything with a bad night's sleep. So I think if you're specifically talking about gym progress and putting on size, you absolutely have to sleep, eat. Hydration's a big one as well. Energy levels and things like that. Taking in enough water so that you're able to push through sessions and things like that. Most of the body's made up of water, so getting enough in is really important. But yeah, anytime you get questions and stuff about nutrition and training, things like that, just fire them over. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I know how you feel. I'm studying now. I'm doing a degree at the moment. What type of science do you do? That's really cool. I find stuff like academia I find really interesting. I love like sort of studying, reading papers and articles and things like that. There's always new information. I'm a bit of a massive nerd, really. Love games, love to study. Like gym and snacks. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, ashes. I'm not even bothered with those. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. How far are you into the PhD? That's my next step. I'm on a master's. I'm doing my master's at the moment. I'd love to head through the PhD, but mine will be in obviously exercise and in sport. I'm not sure. I've definitely not got the brains to do theoretical physics. That's amazing. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Mathematics is so important, isn't it, for things like that. My teenage lad wants to do engineering, so we're trying to hammer home the importance of doing maths. I'm sure you'll have no problem. It's a lot of research, right? PhD. Oh, hello. There we go. Flame spear. I need that for the dodgy tree boss. Every time I think about theoretical physics, I think about the Big Bang Theory. I love that show. Okay, this is about to go horribly wrong for me. I find Mesmer hard enough. So let's see how we go. Hopefully there's not too much lag because my roll timing has not been good. Yeah, I bet it absolutely changes things for you, doesn't it? It's like I used to be in the military, so watching war films and things like that, I find hard as well because you know the difference, don't you? Ah, shit, it's me fucked straight away. Ah, ah, what happened? Oh dear. Let's try that again. I find as soon as I get the first roll wrong, shit just goes west. And I'll definitely let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. I need to check my physics actually. I can't remember exactly what I've got in there. Alright, in my face, one, two, roll again, then we go. Okay, let's get a couple of these and see if we can stagger. I think it's 3 for a stagger. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let me take one of these, my friend. Boom. Let's eat that up. Eat that up. Roll. Oh shit, too early. Roll. Oh, okay. I got away with that somehow. What's happening here? Oh shit, too close. Run. Eat. Fuck. Ah. Yeah, that wasn't good. It's okay. I know it does. I started. I started using it not that long ago. I was just kind of, which tattoo? I've got a sleeve. I think I've got about 16. I don't like any of them. I would strongly recommend making sure it's something that you like for the rest of your life. I should have listened to my mum when she said, "Don't do it." I will never tell her that. She definitely doesn't watch this stream, so she will never know. Um, but yeah, I was quite young. I grew up somewhere that was, don't want to say rough, but it was a little bit, it was a little bit rough, and I just wanted to get tattoos as a bit of a deterrent, so people would leave me alone. I'm a big softie, to be honest, so that was my motivation behind getting them. And I'm in the process of having them all removed. Um, and to be honest with you, that is agonizing. Getting the tattoo removals, it's so painful. Um, but getting them, it's great. I just think as long as it's meaningful and as long as you like it. Um, what is it you're thinking about getting? Don't say your boyfriend's name. That's, I don't know how well that goes. Uh, but if it is, then cool. You know. Come on, roll again. Okay. Yeah, this little chicken stick, it just hits like a truck, man. I don't know who designed this. I think they nerf it. They nerfed this at some point, I thought. But the fact that it takes you through to the second phase that fast is a joke. I feel like it's a bit OP. Ah, I rolled too early. Let me just eat up. Nope. Oh. I saw that coming. Oh, roll. Roll back, roll back, roll back, back, roll back, roll back, roll back, roll the way. Okay, we got that one. God, this guy's so aggressive, right? Oh shit, I'm stuck. Don't like that wall. Oh, I missed. Oh, too soon. Let's eat this up. There another lion's claw. Why not? It's gonna fuck me up now. Eat. Oh, so aggressive, man. Oh, and again. Okay, should be okay for this. There we go. We got him. We got him down. Ah, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to read that. That's horrendous. Yeah, well done. That's good. That's good of you. Um, I know that's like that's not very nice. But yeah, you got to find a way to keep them close, right? I was yeah, that's horrible. Um, Not nice at all. Yeah, Mesmer. He went down. I just think, to be honest with you, that was more this little drumstick. Just hits like a truck. The bleed on it is insane. Um, but yeah, I lost a few friends. Two of my best friends. It's such a horrible experience. You just can never expect it. It's one of those things that I love to think about the perspective, and I use that a lot as I go through sort of different things in life. I saw a therapist once, and she gave me a great idea to sort of think about things, and you think, am I doing this right? Have I made the right choice? Is this happening? Am I, sort of following the right path? I would just think about what they would say, and I listen to that more than I listen to myself, you know, and it just kind of adds that level of, I don't know, almost reassurance, especially when it's a close friend, what they probably would have said. So the fact that you can still sort of listen to them, yeah, it does suck. It does suck, but I really believe that, people are here to, we're here to learn different lessons from people. And everybody's, teachers come in many forms, as they say. And I think that, the more you go through life, people come into your life for a season. Some people are there for longer than others, but they're always there to teach us, hard lessons, sometimes good lessons, sometimes hard lessons. And ultimately, what you take forward is, I think who you become, in the process from those lessons. You know, that's just the way I look. It's a bit deep, maybe, but that's just the way I look at life. I think, we can, so much bad stuff happens, and I just think, what can we take forward with us and become stronger for it? God, I tell you something though, I dare not try. I skipped past. Um, Hello, first time spam person. Yeah, spam stuff. I got a few of these. Right, on actions. I don't actually know how to get rid of that. Don't know enough about this chat. Ah, there you go. That's the one. Well, that was a lesson. See, just as we were talking about people coming in to teach us lessons, I now know how to ban someone from my chat. That's fun. We need to go to Bonnie Village. I tend to find, um, I've not even attempted doing Millennia on this account. Um, I just find that boss so painfully hard. Whereas everything else has seemed to be okay. I got my first Radahn solo, um, and I found him easier than Melania. not sure that's how it's supposed to go. Okay, I'm good for a question. Fire away. Right. No, absolutely it's not. Do you know, I'm gonna go off the wagon and quote something Arnold Schwarzenegger said once. Um, in when you're talking about being too old, his response was always, "You're too old not to." And it's so cheesy, but it's absolutely right. Like, we've got people that come to our gym that are in their 70s and they've just started lifting weights because there's so much literature and so much studying out there now about lifting weights and the benefits of weightlifting for injuries and things like that. But I can't begin to even explain how important the retention of muscle is for us. It's just as humans, for men, for women, for everybody. To retain muscle is essentially the engine. It burns our calories, it keeps us, the energy that we have. And obviously we've all seen the sort of little old ladies that sort of bent over a walking rack. They can't stand up straight anymore. If they'd have used their muscles, and put them under strain throughout their life, they wouldn't end up in such a bad way. We've got to give the muscle a reason to hang around, because it will genuinely drop off your body, because your body will like to, it's even worse as we get older and older, but your body will always try and metabolize muscle. It wants to break it down and burn it off as energy. That's why it's so hard to keep, retain, and build new muscle, because you have to keep constantly reminding it that it needs to hang around. So yeah, lifting weights, I would highly, highly recommend it. It's not just, I'm not even saying that just to do bodybuilding or get massive or anything like that. It's just for general health. We should all be lifting weights and sort of telling our bodies to build or even retain muscle, and keeping hold of the muscle we have into later life will just save us so many problems. I would honestly, I couldn't recommend it enough. I have these conversations all the time, at work. I'm constantly telling people, just lift some weights. It's find a routine that you like. There's no right or wrong. There's so many different routines out there. There's so many different splits. And you don't need to change your exercises every 2 minutes. The most important thing is like the consistency. So you go in and you find something you enjoy and make sure it's challenging for you, because the weight that you lift doesn't mean anything. You could go in, and so many people start the gym and think about lifting weight, and all they care about is lifting weight. And you don't need to lift a good amount of weight to build, retain muscle. All you got to do is lift it properly, lift it well, and then write it down and progress your lifts every week. So if you're doing, I don't know, 12 reps of a 10 kilo dumbbell on a chest press, the next time you lift that weight, you can't match it. You've got to beat yourself, basically. So that's why it becomes an individual process. You could have someone next to you lifting 50 kilos, it doesn't matter, individually, as long as you're progressing your own lifts week on week, and you keep doing that, then you'll build and retain muscle, as long as you support it with good nutrition, calorie surplus, good quality proteins and things like that, or non-proteins if you're vegan or veggie type of thing. Yeah, I mean, this is as good a motivation as any, right? 100%, 100%. A couple of my best friends in the army were gay, and it's, they all came to the gym. It was cool. It's definitely for health. I just believe that so many people are motivated by how we look. And I think if you go to the gym for health, it's and you keep that going. It's the health is the motivation. How you look means nothing. Nobody gives a shit about. You don't remember your grandparents and think, oh yeah, they were shredded. You remember the energy they had, and you know how they how the time you spent with people. So it's thinking about the energy that you have. I just believe that how you look is secondary. If you lift and you train and you go to the gym for a long time, yeah, eventually you might start to look good, but that shouldn't be the motivation. The motivation should be feel good, strong, happy, energized, and stay that way for as long as possible, right? So you can enjoy the things or do the things that you enjoy. I just think that's so important. We all get lost in, especially in this day and age with social media, and you look at different people and influencers and things like that. You've got to be so careful what you look at and what you're comparing yourself to. And it's just that's a huge problem in the industry, because most of the routines that people live, like when I used to do bodybuilding a little bit more seriously, it's you get to the point where yeah, you might look shredded, you might look great, you've got six pack abs, but you ain't healthy and you ain't happy. It's few and far between the people that can just be shredded all year round. And if they're just that genetically lucky, then more power to them. But where you have to go to get there is never healthy. So if you can just go gym, lift some weights, feel good, have good energy, then I think you're onto a winner. But I have a very holistic view on things. Yeah, you should never. I just don't believe you should ever compare yourself to anybody but yourself, because there's only one of you. Forget what you look like. There's only one person in the world that does your daily steps, that has your muscle mass, your body type, your genetics, your work routine. Nobody else in the world. So why would you compare to somebody that's got a completely different lifestyle and routine to you? Like, how many people have got 5-6 hours a day just to go gym and be in the gym? Like, if you're doing that and you want to compare yourself to people doing that, fair enough. But just comparison is not a good thing. As long as you're stepping forwards and heading in a good direction for you, and I just think you're doing better than most people, because most people won't even step into a gym or do some exercise. It's a scary thing to start. It's hard to walk into a gym. Anybody that walks into our gym that comes to even have a look around just gets a massive amount of respect from me and anybody that works at the gym, because like I say, it's intimidating. You're walking in, there's people lifting stuff, there's machines that you don't know if the team, the staff are going to be friendly. It's really, really tough to walk in. So I just think more power to anybody that does. But yeah, anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. No, because most of the people in the gym are so worried about themselves, that they don't look at anybody else. Like, if I'm in a gym training and somebody comes in and I can see that they're uncomfortable, I just chat to them and say, hey, how long have you been training? Things like that. It's really not easy, but yeah, most people, you're just in there feeling the same as you do. Even if they look like they've been training for years. Like I still struggle to walk into a new gym, and I'm like, oh God, because you get that little bit of imposter syndrome, right? I feel the same about starting streaming. I'm about 2 weeks in, and you get that imposter syndrome, but you got that theory that actually you are an imposter because there's something you've just started, and the only way to stop feeling like that is to keep doing it. And that feeling goes away. Eventually, you settle in. Well, this guy always fucks me up. I'm gonna step back. Oh, I thought he was gonna go off the edge. I did that once and I went off the edge. Yeah, I think you should go. Just go. You could go with your partner. Would he train with you? It depends. Some partners Some partners, in my experience, can be really sort of supportive and want to help you get into it, and some partners just want their space and their time because it's their time. If that makes sense, like their what am I trying to say? Like your you time, And I get that. I get both sides. So it's just handy, even if you went with him for a couple of sessions until you felt comfortable and then broke off on your own. It might turn into some you time as well. But ultimately, what it comes down to is you've got to be happy. And it feels good to be in a routine with the gym. It feels good to be, to feel strong, feel comfortable in your own skin, in your own body. It's a nice feeling. Oh shit! I thought I was going off the edge. Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. You can apply that to probably everything. In life, you can think, oh God, I'm out of my comfort zone here, but do it enough, and it will become a comfort zone. It will become something that you can relax into. And then, I think, if you were to put in that example, you probably look back now and think, oh God, what was I even worried about? And it would be exactly the same for the gym. Obviously the environment that the gym sets is quite important. You've got to join the right gym. You don't want it to be, some gyms out there give the fitness industry a really bad name. They're just very sort of spitting sawdust, very cross people lifting weights. But, in my experience, most gyms out there want to look after people. And you'd be very unlucky to find one that didn't want that, because that's what their business is for at the end of the day. They made it to help people. So right, we're finally at Gaius. I'd love to have a little teleport button that just takes you straight to the bosses. Like an arena. That would be fun. When you've beat all the bosses or beat the game once, you could just go back round. I feel like that would be cool. Okay, what am I forgetting? That one. Let's go then, big boy. He's scary, this guy. He's just always running. Wait, got the timing right. That's rare for me. Oh, I got that wrong. Would you stay still, bro? There we go. Oh, too early. That's a stagger. Definitely needs a heal. Oh, that's too early as well. Just spamming the Lion's Claw again. But it's so much fun. Love to bonk. Oh, all right, mate. No need to be like that. Oh, shit. Fucking well too early. Christ. That was terrible. Ah, he's gonna ride me now. Oh, he's angry. Take this thing, run! Oh. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, absolutely. That's never nice to be on the receiving end. I just think that that's something I've just never understood. I don't understand anything along those lines. Homophobia, racism, anything like that. I never understand it. I think just people are just people, right? I just think that you should always give everybody respect and just be kind. And I think that humans are humans. To me, I know this is a bit of a weird thing to say, but You know, to me, I don't care, you know, what people do as long as they're happy, right? Just think that as humans we should sort of just be good to each other.
Well, that was so much better, Dan.
I'm just on a stream. It does look better.
AJ.
All right, guys, done. Okay, we're a good hour in, so I'm gonna end that one here. Thanks for dropping in, my friend. It was a good yap. We had a good yap on that one. Oh. All right, take care. Hope to see you on the next one.